Hey, so I'm human and I like to indulge in predictions and speculation for the upcoming 12 months. I did this last year. Let's revisit that first to see whether my predictions were somewhat accurate. Maybe I got some of them right. And then I'll do my 2024 predictions too. So, believe it or not, 12 months ago, I said there'd be a bounce back from crypto, specifically Bitcoin. And well, 2023 definitely flipped the script. Bitcoin experienced a significant bull run, soaring from about 16,600 in 1st of January 2023. And as of the end of December 2023, it was about 42,000. And if we were to look at the big winners of 2023, it was really Bitcoin and US tech. A lot of sectors did pretty well, but US tech up 40% plus. And as I said, with Bitcoin, it's up, well, I think it's a triple. The areas of the economy that were the biggest losers were clean energy and China ETFs. So these spaces were down somewhere between 20 and 50%. 50% for those clean energy ETFs, they got crushed. So I actually randomly picked that, well, Bitcoin was going to bounce back. The reason I had that wild prediction, even though I'm not a crypto person at all, was because I assumed Bitcoin was oversold last year based on just talking to a few friends. And I guess part of the theory was I think most crypto people are like momentum and emotional people. So I assume people would think they could time the bottom of Bitcoin. Look, I just guessed this based on human psychology. I have no insights. I have no interest in Bitcoin whatsoever personally, but I just thought that's how human psychology in the Bitcoin space might have played out. And the second prediction I made was that there would be a bounce back in China tech, so Alibaba and Tencent in particular. I definitely didn't get this one right. So there's been another rough year for China, but it's on the back of some actually okay growth coming out of the likes of Alibaba. And I think just if a few things politically and economically go their way in 2024, you could easily see this bouncing back, but I don't know. Now, before I do the predictions, two quick things. One is that I use Interactive Brokers as my broker for investing. There's a link in the description to get started. And under the Interactive Brokers link in the description, I have a link to my weekly free email called Yes Stocks, No Stocks. It's a really fast read and it's free, and just where I keep up with valuations. Okay, firstly, I don't have any predictions on interest rates or bonds. I have no idea. Crypto, I'm not going to make a prediction this year. I have no idea what happens next. Commodities, I also don't know enough about. Is this China's bounce back year? And there's a lot of doom and gloom around macro stuff in China. I still strongly believe Alibaba and Tencent are cheap and can still perform well even in the headwinds. A broken clock, I guess, is right twice a day. So I'll predict it for the third year in a row that big China tech will recover to what I think fair valuations are, which is 50 to even 100% higher than where we are today. Obviously, don't listen to my speculations. This is all just a bit of fun. My next prediction is that cannabis stocks, I think, are going to perform well. On the back of slightly more positive legal moves in the US, I think things start to look a bit more rosy in the space. I'm not sure how big the move's going to be here, but those that have survived, like the companies that are still existing in the space, I think they can actually thrive now under some better regulations. Anyone that's been in the cannabis investing world will know it's been just a long time, and most people have given up on believing in like political and regulatory changes. I get that. They've been talking about this for 5-10 years now. Let's see what happens in 2024, but I think there could be finally some movement in the cannabis stock space. My next prediction is about regional banks in the US because they fell about 32% in 2023 on the back of Silicon Valley Bank collapse and the concerns around regional banks last year. But I would expect these to bounce back because banks have now had the time to adjust to those sharp interest rate increases. And I think they're going to look a lot better in 2024. And the last prediction I'm going to make is that finally people stop paying attention to the US presidential race. They realize that it's all a massive waste of time putting their energy and thoughts and conversations around that topic. Twitter and X will have no mentions of the elections or the presidential candidates or anything like that for 2024. That's a joke if you haven't got it. I think we're going to get flooded with this stuff. It's going to suck. And I'm going to be a heavy user of the mute button on Twitter. So there you go. They're my predictions for 2024. We actually see Alibaba and Tencent bounce back. We have cannabis stocks outperforming significantly. We have regional US banks outperforming significantly, and that we're going to get exhausted by the US presidential election before it's even close to the actual election day. All right. Hope you have a good 2024. I'll see you in the next video.